Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up?
How you doing?
I'm alright. How you doing?
I'm doing great. First, I want to tell you that I know that time is winding down to street meetings, so you're very, very busy. So I want to thank you for taking the time to sit down and talk to us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, sir. So what I'll do is I'll just get right into it because we've done this before. This is your second go round on Rydes and Vybes. Thank you again.
Thank you.
So I'll just get right into the fans' questions. And for the most part, we'll talk about Street Beats 5 and what we can expect. But I just wanted to go ahead and get a couple of the fans' questions out the way.
All right, let's go for it.
All right, so the first question is, when will you and Fly race again?
I wanted to race him again before he put the car down. Man, it was 1-1. I really wanted to settle that one before he put the car down, but the timing just wasn't right. So when he come back out, he put that all top together. We definitely gonna race. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So next question is, do you ever have any plans on building a G body?
It's crazy. It was a G body that was for sale a couple weeks back, like 2 weeks back, and I tried my hardest to get it, but we just couldn't come to terms with it. But as far as like building one, I don't see myself doing that.
Really? So you need something already put together?
Already put together, man. I'm not going through that. I'm not going through that process no more. I can't do it.
What would you say is the hardest part about building a dome?
The hardest part about building a dome is dealing with paint shops, man. That's the hardest part. It's just if you gotta paint your dome, you just might as well just put 8 months down the drain. Just go ahead and just knock off 8 months to 9 months and just go from there. But
8 months?
About 8 months, 9 months at least. With a lot of these paint shops, man, you just count on 8 to 9 months just going down the drain at least. That's at the bare minimum.
Wow. So, what advice would you give to someone looking to get into big rim racing?
You gotta have patience. That would be like the best advice I can give you, because nothing is going to go as planned. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is. You're going to have these thoughts of how things is going to play out in your head when you're getting this car together. And you're going to have a timeline in your head as to when you think you're going to be done. And none of that shit is going to go like that. None of that shit is going to go like that at all. It's like everything's going to delay you. Every shop is going to give you a timeline that they're not going to meet. They're going to tell you something that they think you want to hear to get you on the hook, and it's never going to be nothing that they say. It don't make a difference where you go.
Right. I agree.
It's just not going to be that way.
Who would you recommend for body work?
I don't have no recommendations.
None. Wow.
I don't have none. I don't have no recommendations for that.
I used to try to recommend people, but I stopped.
Yeah, you can't. You can't, man. It's just because then people are like, yeah, man, oh, damn, bro, you told me. Isn't that? Now I'm looking at it like, ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't even know what to tell nobody no more. Like, I really just don't. It's definitely nowhere that I can say right now where I feel confident to the point that I say, oh, you go there, you gonna be right. Nah, I ain't got nothing.
So switching over to personal. Just a couple of questions.
Okay.
What young Cad, did you ever see yourself where you are now?
Never.
In life?
Never. Never. Like I never would have thought I'd have been able to do the things that I've been able to do. Like I never, like growing up, I never thought that, you know, this would be the route that I took. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a route in my mind that I was going to go. I never had nothing where I feel like that's what I was going to do. It's from the beginning, I just been winging this shit.
It's been working out well, though, right?
You know, shit got crazy for a lot of years. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you just stay at something that you got a passion for. You stay at it and just keep going, and then it turned into something that you never thought was imaginable. For sure. Like I never would have thought none of this shit. In my mind, as a kid, I know I wanted to dunk. That's what I knew I wanted. I never would have thought I'd have two. I never would have thought I'd have the ones that I have. I never would have thought I'd be racing them. I never would have thought I'd be having a show exclusively for that I've branded, that I've created. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Do you ever sit down sometime and be like, wow, look at my life? Like,
you know, sometimes, a lot of times, I look at things like, damn, this is crazy. Like, I never would have thought that I would be having this or, you know, having material shit. And a lot of time I try not to be satisfied with what I have. Because sometimes, like, I don't know, I have a crazy thought process that, you know, if I feel like I accomplished everything, then maybe sometimes they'll be like, oh, well, you then fulfilled your purpose. Now it's time for you to finish. No. I ain't never gonna say I'm satisfied, but I'm definitely like, you know, a lot of the things that, you know, as a kid that I thought I wanted to have in life, materialistic wise, you know, I was able to obtain, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me just working hard and just working real hard and, you know, taking a lot of chances and taking a lot of risks, and they paid off. You know what I'm saying?
What's been your happiest moment in the dunk game? The happiest, you was like, oh my God, wow.
When I race fly at Street B's 2 or 3, and I broke my axle at the track. We ran and got axles, put the axles in the car. We got down the track, and nobody thought we was going to win, and we went down there and won.
I remember that.
Yeah, and that was the happiest moment. That was the happiest moment in my whole time doing this.
What inspires you?
Proving people wrong. That's what inspires me. Like that's what keeps me motivated. That's what keeps me pushing. Because everybody's saying what you can't do, what you ain't gonna do, what you're not gonna be able to pull off, and that just motivates me to keep going even harder. Oh, you say I can't do it? Okay, I'm gonna show you something. We gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it twice and take pictures, right?
I'm gonna do it twice. I'm gonna look at you be mad the whole time I'm doing it, and that's gonna give me all the satisfaction I need.
If you can go back and change one thing in your life, what would that be? If I go back and change one thing in my life, I would probably have a better relationship with my little brother. That would probably be my biggest thing that I wish I would have taken more serious. Sometimes you take life for granted, and you always think people are going to be there, and you always think you're going to have tomorrow to fix it, or tomorrow to correct it, and that's not necessarily the truth. So that's my biggest regret. So would that be a piece of advice that you would give to people?
Absolutely. My advice that I could give somebody is life is never what you think it's going to be. So a lot of times, you push off things, you procrastinate on things, or you feel like there's certain things that you'll always be able to, be there to correct or fix or mend. A lot of times it just doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just you have to stop thinking about yourself sometimes and stop. You know what? This is what I told my other brother when my brother passed. I was like, you know what? I wish I wasn't so hard on my little brothers. Unfortunately, our parents, my mom passed when I was 19, and my grandparents raised me. So, I was raised by people that grew up in a whole different lifestyle, a whole different era and time. My grandma's 87 years old, so she grew up through, black people not being able to vote, not being able to go to school, and they were taught. Their parents taught them to just be strong, stay strong, be strong, and they gave them tough love, and that was the love that they got. So that's the love that they gave you, because that's all they knew. But I realized as through time goes by, everybody doesn't reciprocate to tough love, and sometimes, and for me, there was never a time when I really sat down and told my brother I love you. And I think that was the crazy part with me. Because it's I was so gun-ho on being strict and trying to motivate him to be better. And sometimes somebody just needs you to be there for what you need to be there for. That's just a love. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you get so caught up and trying to motivate them and push them, and sometimes the tough way is not the best way. So I've learned that sometimes, even with my son, I just sit there and be like, you know what? Damn, man, I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be so strict and so hard in trying to push my objective of their life. Because I have an objective for you. I want you to do this. And then me, I was so gun-set-holding when you wasn't doing it and you wasn't doing right, that instead of me, sitting down and trying to talk to you, I just gave you tough love, thinking that was going to motivate you. So that was my biggest regret.
So let me tell you something. You don't even know this. So I decided to save this to tell you on the show on this time. I recently quit my job. And first off, I thank you so much for being so supportive of that decision and the talks that we have had in private. When I was making the decision to quit my job and become 100% an entrepreneur 100% of the time, a lot of conversations played in my head. But one of the conversations that played in my head was when you told me about when you quit your job.
Yeah.
So to the people that have never heard the conversation about when you quit your job, can you tell them, can you give them a brief overview of the story?
Yeah, so crazy. I was at my job for 13 years. I was at Royal Caribbean, and I was caught up in that corporate America. You know what I'm saying? The corporate America that everyone told you that's where you're supposed to go to be successful. Everyone has told you that, getting corporate America, that's the way to build a successful life. Okay, I tried it out, and it was good though. My job took me places that I would never have ever been in my life if I didn't work for them. I've seen the world. I saw the world for free, but it came at a cost. You know what I'm saying? You go and see the world and you get all these things, but the life that you're trying to live, or the life that you want to have for yourself, corporate America is not going to give you that. They're not going to put that in your lap. So it was so long I was there, and I was so complacent because I had, health insurance. My kids had insurance. I had 401ks. I had all of these things that made it seem like that was worth it. But so one day I'm there, they're dropping more responsibility on me by the year. They're giving me a gradual 2.5% raise every year. You know what I'm saying? Which equals out to about like 40 cents or some shit, like 30 cents or something like that. And they're telling you, oh, we're going through a pandemic and you actually got a raise. You should be grateful. Like, they put that out there. Like, we're one of the only companies that's giving out raises right now. You should be grateful. And that was happening through 07, 08, 09, 10, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The economy's trying to build up, whatever. So they had started dropping all this stuff on me. So I went into the office one day. I'm like, yo, listen, man, like, this is crazy. Y'all got me traveling, 2-3 months out the year. I said, listen, I need a raise. Like, you've given me more responsibilities, more employees, and this is what I learned in corporate America. They're going to give you more responsibilities, right? And you're going to have to do those responsibilities to make it seem like you're worth being in a position. And most of the time when they give you more responsibility, it does not come with more money.
Right.
It's a trial and error with that. Oh, we're going to see if he can do it. Let's see if he can do it. You know what I'm saying? And then, so one day they started giving me a lot of stuff. I went in there, and mind you, this is after Street Beast 1, after Street Beast 2. This is me after me having some success on the outside. I was working for Forgiato. I was selling rims on the side. So I had a lot of little side hustles. And to be honest with you, my side hustle was giving me way more money than I was working at my job. So I'm like, it was a point where I had an S550 and I couldn't even drive it to work because I didn't want the people knowing that I had a certain type of car because I didn't want them to single me out or something like that.
Right.
Or I didn't want a bullseye on my back because I drove a certain type of car. So, like, I literally had to, I had a pickup truck I used to drive to work. So I went in the office one day. I got frustrated with the situation. I went and I sit down with my boss. She's in there with her Rolex on. She's in her office just sitting back, relaxing. And, I'm having product come through the job with the IT. So I'm having like one box on the floor that's worth $6,000, $7,000. One little box, one little piece to a server. And they're putting that on the ship as a spare. They're not even using it. A lot of times, go 3-4 years without them even touching it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They just need to have it on the ship, just in case. When I said, hey, I'm getting a lot of responsibilities, I need a raise. I'll settle for $1 an hour. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just give me $1. And $1 to them was like 4%. That's higher than, their grade, their rating. And like, in order for you to get like a 3.5% raise, you had to have like a superior rating. They had to talk to 3 or 4 people, and 4 people had to give you a superior rating. And then it had to go to the director to sign off on it for you to get that kind of raise. And in my head, I'm like, yo, that's $40 a week. And she looked at me dead in my eye, sat back in her chair and said, you know what? We just don't have that in the budget for you. And I sit down like, you ain't got that in the budget for me. Like, what, $40? That's one motherfucker going into a show for me. That's one person. And you gonna sit here and tell me you ain't got this multi-million-dollar company, Fortune 500 company, 35 million plus profit company. You ain't got $1 an hour for me. And to think about it as in a person that's living in Miami, which is a very, which the average median has not caught up with the average money you have to live comfortable in Miami. It has not caught up at all. Like, Miami is extremely expensive, and the medium pay wage of the state is nowhere near what it takes in order to survive here. So, $1 an hour for me could be moving from this neighborhood paying $1,400 a month to moving to another neighborhood where I can afford $1,700 a month for something. So that's like a big jump from actually having to. That's from going to Miramar and maybe now living in Pines. You know, that's a jump of a place. And for you to look me in my face and tell me, no, you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. And I really went to my office. I'm sitting up with my employees there. And I said, yo, this lady really told me I'm not worth $40 an hour. $40 a week, $40 a week, $1 an hour. I wasn't worth that. And at that point, I was just like, I'm out. I was planning my exit. From that moment on, I was gun ho on planning my exit.
So how long did that actually take from the date you had that conversation with her to the date that you left?
Like 2.5 months. Like I was saying, I had already had money saved up from, and I had already had like outside venture. Like I was selling rims, and sales is sales. You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days. But I felt like if I was to, I'm giving these people 40 hours a week. If I was to put these 40 hours into myself, I know I can make more money than I'm making right now. If I just put this, I was giving my side hustle 8 to 10 hours a week, maybe 11, 12 hours a week or something like that. Pushing it to 20, like outside of work, because I don't go to sleep until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So, I'm pushing it to then. If I gave myself those extra 40 hours, where the fuck could I be at if I was to do that? And I stuck with that in my mindset. I stuck with that, and I said, "Fuck it, we gonna roll with it." Because at that point, when they told me no, not everything they told me to do was a problem. Everything they asked of me was a problem. Now I'm mad. Now I'm coming to work every day mad. So you asking me to do something, it's like, nah, I don't even feel like doing that shit. Like that was my mentality from that moment on. Like I'm coming in to work late every day. Hey, Carrie, you late? Shit happens. Like I'm hot. Like I'm just mad. Like it's such an uncomfortable situation. Like I hated waking up in the morning.
Right. Like
I hated rolling over. Like I made it my duty to be late to that motherfucker every day. I want to be here at 9 o'clock. My goddamn alarm clock didn't go off to 8:40. I'm like, I'm brushing my teeth slow. Listen, I had clocked out. When that was just uncomfortable. But that lady told me I was not worth $1 an hour. And I said, I know that there's more things out here in this world that I can do for $40 a week. And you're going to sit here and tell me, look me in my face and tell me I wasn't worth that. You that was all the motivation I needed. You was gonna leave me in the ghetto. You was gonna leave you over there. You good. You got your little Rolex. You sitting back, you making 6 figures a year. You chilling. You gonna sit here and tell me, look me in my face and tell me that I ain't worth $40 a week. Like, you gonna look me in my face and tell me that. Who are you to tell me that I'm not worth $40 a week? And the corporate America structure is so fucked up. Like, it is so fucked up. Because the way they structure it and the way that how they have situations where they have, where you going? Okay, all right. So the way they have it structured, you know what I'm saying? Like how they have it, they'll put somebody and make them your supervisor, right?
That don't know nowhere near as much as you know.
You smarter than them. Right. You do so much things more than them, right?
Right.
And they put them in the supervisor role over you, and that person feels like they're better than you. No matter how they try to say that we all equal and this and that, they walk around with a little, I'm your boss.
Right.
And you let people, and they let people have that kind of control over you. And they had got rid of my last boss and gave me this new boss, my immediate supervisor. And I'm looking at him like, he's asking me what I do. I said, this guy's asking me what I do. He's asking me how I do my job, and this motherfucker telling me what to do. No.
Like you said, then you gotta train them.
I gotta train you on how to do my job. And then for you to come in there and tell me I ain't doing my job good enough. Yeah, I don't know what you do, but you have a lot of holes in how you can do things. Oh, really? Oh, tell me more about that. Let me hear that. Yeah. I'm going to sit down in yearly reviews, and he's critiquing me on everything I fucking do to basically tell me, yeah, you're not getting that 3% raise. I see you were about to go 1.5%. Oh, shit. Okay.
Which is like pennies.
Listen.
1.5, like, if you do the math, it's pennies. It might. One time, I remember them giving me a raise, and I did the math, and I was like, how the fuck I come up with a half a cent? How you give me a half a cent? How do you half a penny in half?
Listen, that shit fuck. And I did it, and mind you, when I started, I was young. You know, I went through a lot of shit while I was working there that my immediate supervisor, helped me through. I went to jail in there. I was on house arrest on that. And they kept me the whole time. And the reason why they kept me is because my immediate supervisor, he never dropped a dime on me. He was always cool with me. So when they got rid of him, you know what I'm saying, it was just like, because he was there for 8 to 9 years through that time. And after that, I was just like, it was never the same again, you know what I'm saying? And, but the corporate America, I would like to say, it taught me structure. Like corporate America taught me structure. It taught me how to handle certain things. It taught me how to talk to people. It taught me how to write an email. It taught me the professionalness, the professionalism that I probably would not have gotten, on my own. So
right.
Yeah.
It definitely taught me how to articulate.
Yes.
How to be able to speak with anybody to get. But when I was making a decision to quit my job, your conversation, the conversations that we have had in private really helped me to make the decision. Now, I don't know if I'm following my face or what's going to happen. Yeah. But your conversation was one of the great conversations that I remember. So in front of all these however many people, I want to tell you thank you. It really meant a lot to me for not only for you to have one conversation with me about leaving my job and leaving corporate America, but have several conversations. Yeah. We had several conversations, and you was giving me ideas for business. You was putting me on. You remember all these conversations,
absolutely,
I'm sure.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to make sure that I said that. I saved that for now to tell you thank you for that, because you didn't have to do that.
Yeah, and I tell people this, and this is not something that I feel everybody can do. You know what I'm saying? You have to, because you can't leave kids fucked up out here doing this. You got to have a plan and a structure on it, and not necessarily a concrete plan, but you just got to have. You have to be to a point where if you have something going on, and you feel like if you was to be able to give that thing more time, then you would be successful. If you have a situation like that, I would say go for it. If you have something that's already you have little seeds that you already planted and they're starting to grow, and you know that if you was to have the time to nurture this plant more, it will grow bigger and stronger. Then that's when you take that chance, man. You gotta take the chance. The only thing stopping you is you.
Right. I feel like we bet so much on corporate America. I invested so much time with them, giving them my smarts, giving them I'm talking to their customers. I could have been doing that for myself. Talking to my own customers. So, like I said, I appreciate that. I just wanted you to know that.
Thank you. And I'm all for, everybody's not going to be extremely successful, but if you see a lifestyle that you want to live, if you see a place that you want to go, and your job is not going to take you there, then you have to do something to get there on your own, because they're not going to give it to you.
So now we'll switch over to, let's talk about Street Beats 5. I can remember, before you came on, I was saying, I remember going to my first Street Beats. My first Street Beats was 2, and I haven't missed a year since.
Yes.
I still have my little wristband from 2. Yes. From
I appreciate the support, always.
So let's talk about Street Beats 5. What can we expect? Oh, and then I did say this before you came on. It was a smart idea to collaborate with Whips by Wade for this weekend. That's super smart.
So, they gave me the 19th. They gave me the 19th as an available date. I signed my contract for the 19th. And then I saw Whips by Wade have his show on the 19th as well. And I've known Whips by Wade for a long time. Like how you came to Street Beats too and stuff. Like, I remember Wade when he was just taking cameras, taking pictures, as something that he inspired to do. Like, he loved taking pictures of cars. I know he probably never would have thought that he would have been as successful as he is, by taking pictures of cars and, being out on the scene and stuff like that. So when I saw him, I said, you know what? There's no need for me to try to compete with him on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? He's in Atlanta, and, he has a huge following, and, I could have still had a successful show. He would have still had a successful show, us being on the same day. But I said, why make somebody choose? Right. Why make somebody choose on what show they want to attend? I said, we might as well just go ahead and make it a whole weekend. So I talked to him, had a conversation with him. I said, listen, man, me and you know each other. We knew each other for a long time. I'm coming to Georgia. Even though I don't live in Georgia, I feel like at some point in time, Georgia is going to be my residence to some degree. I said, fuck it, what I'm saying? I'll push mine a day back, and we'll make it a whole weekend. We'll give him something to do for the whole weekend. And he was like, I'm with it. I'm with it. I said, so, let's just piggyback off each other and let's get the people, a real good weekend. Right. So, I just said, fuck it, let's go for it. And then I didn't, I know I've been wanting to go to a Wade car show, and I haven't been able to go. So I'm kind of excited to go to his show because he's very structured and he's very anal about certain shit. And I know it's going to be a really nice show. So I definitely want to be there to support him, and then turn around, he's going to support me. So in the game, man, I've tried to do this throughout my whole time of doing what I'm doing, and I'm not in competition with nobody on doing nothing. If we can collab to do something that's going to be great, we can collab to do something together, then why not do so? You know what I'm saying? Right. Why not? I'm not trying to compete with nobody. I'm not trying to compete with him and stuff like that. He has his following, I have my following, and I figured, fuck it. Let's just. When I go to Atlanta, I would love to have a weekend of festivities. Like that's perfect. So I'm thinking that a lot of things that I do things that I like to do. Like I do things that I try to put out there what I would want to see and what I would want to do. So I feel like if there's something that I would want to do, I love cars, I love this type of stuff. Shit. I'm pretty sure some people feel the same way I feel. Let's go for it. So that's why I did that.
So what can we expect from Street Beast 5? I know, like, being a person who, I feel like I'm a Street Beast alum.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I feel like your freshmen.
Yeah.
You got your
yeah.
You got your sophomore. You got your junior. I feel like I'm I'm a Street Beast.
Yeah, senior. You're a senior. For sure. For sure, you're a senior. Okay. Absolutely.
So tell us what we can expect from 5.
So when I'm putting together, every year is different. So every year, you have some of the things that people want to see. You have some of the things that, I hear the chatter of what people want to see, what they wish they saw at this show, what they wanted to see at that show. You know what I'm saying? And I try to put all of that in a soup. You know what I'm saying? In a big old stew, and cook it up together. So these G bodies now on these slicks, you have this person, they think they're the fastest. You have that person think they're the fastest. And you got so many people that think they're the fastest. And the G bodies are making an extreme statement in big rim racing. And then now they're able to put a slick on their car in a 24-inch rim. And now they're able to put down power down to these tires. So I said, you know what? We got a lot of G bodies on these 24 slicks. A lot of them got a lot of power. Everybody think they the fastest. Everybody got their opinion is who's going to be the fastest. Why don't we find out who's the fastest? So I got -1. I've gotten 95% of the fastest G bodies on rims in a shootout together. I got the Silverback. We got Adam with more commas. We got On Go. We got Primo. We got Grand Nasty. We got Playboy, Boost Doctor, Turbo Joe, Turbo J Rock, CEO Larry. Who else we missing? Rags to Riches.
Wow.
Who else we got? It's a few more I'm missing. I'm trying to look at my state. Shoot, I'm trying to think who else we missing. I know I got 11 to 12 G bodies in that shootout.
Well, that's right up my alley because I'm a G body girl.
Yeah, so I got all of them. All of them. I got Grand Nasty. I'm gonna have Grand Nasty, the Silverback, Boost Stock, the Primo. Just some of the heavy hitters. I'm gonna have all of them. And Star Mac, he's bringing his.
That's yeah.
Listen, I got the only person I could not get there was Black Blur, and you never know, he may bring him. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, he may pop up.
He may pop up. You know what I'm saying? But all the rest of the fastest G bodies in the country, in the world, is going to be. Oh, Grey Goose is coming. I'm sorry, Grey Goose is going to be in the shootout too. All of them are going to be there competing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's something that I would love to see.
Right.
So I'm excited that all of them are coming down to show the support to me. You know what I'm saying? As me being one of the staples in the big run racing, I've been, like you said, you're a veteran, you're a senior. I'm one of the senior racers in the game, and it takes a lot to make it to your senior year in the race game. It takes a lot.
Right.
Y'all have seen cars come in and
go.
Y'all see them come in, start for a little while, and they disappear because it's hard. It's really, really hard to keep up with this shit without, the right sponsors and stuff like that. It's tough, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of sacrifice go into this shit. So for me to be around and for me to be able to evolve with the culture and, keep going forward, you know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of work. So I'm happy. I'm excited because at the end of the day, that's what I want to see. And I always want to give the people what they want to see. So.
And you secure all the people. That's epic.
Yes. Yes.
So, for the people who, I know, I'm a G-body girl, but I know we got to talk about these dunks. Let's talk about that. So we talk about with the dunks. With
the dunks,
who are you going to race?
So
or is it a shootout?
Personally, I am racing Don't Master. Me and him are contractually locked into a race on that day. I am also going to race the box Chevy.
Cut a check.
I'm racing cut the check that day. I told myself, I gotta try it. I said, listen, if you beat me this time around, I'm gonna leave you alone. All right, but I gotta try it though. I do really good at Reynolds, man. So I told myself I'm gonna try my luck at Reynolds, man.
Listen, Cat, I tell people this all the time, right? I say, y'all can say what y'all want about Cat, but y'all cannot beat that motherfucker for his confidence.
No.
He feel like he can beat anybody.
I feel like he can beat anybody. My car is really, 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 really fast. And right. I'm talking about like fast. So like for me, I feel like if I just go there and do the right thing, I don't think nobody can beat me. But getting to that line of doing the right thing, everything going perfect, that's a thought. It almost never comes out correctly when it's time to do it. But I'm gonna try it. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I got enough power, you know what I'm saying? I done shaved some weight out the car, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm gonna try it. Fuck it, we gonna try it.
So this is what I tell people all the time, right? We know your record is what it is as far as wins and losses, right? But what you teach people is how not to ever give up. Because it could have been, it's a lot of times that you could have been like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done.
Trust me, I've said that a few times. I think the only person that's probably, well, no, I can't say that. Getting these cars ready on a week-to-week basis is tough. It is tough, and you gotta have a team of people around you that's okay with losing sleep. That's okay with sacrificing for your success. And of course, you gotta have a lot of money, to be able to make sure these people are able to do that. Because at the end of the day, friendship don't pay bills. You know what I'm saying? But it takes a lot to get these cars ready. And I've had, I think it was Street Beast 3, when, was it Street Beast 2, one of them, I blew up my engine the day before, 2 days before the show. I had a track rental that Thursday, and my show was that Saturday. And I literally blew my engine up, like a fucking hole size of my fist on the side of my block. And I was sitting there, and I wanted to cry. I'm like, yo, like I think this is probably the worst. Besides me crashing and the car burning up in flames, I think that was probably the worst thing that could have happened to me. And I'm sitting here literally like, what in the fuck am I gonna do? And we went 40 straight hours getting the car back together, taking the engine out. We had to buy another. Luckily, somebody had a block there. I had to pay $10,000 for a short block. We had to take the heads to get fixed. We had to do it. And all of this is before a show where I'm already knee deep in expenses, knee deep in everything. And then I get that big old expense the day before a show. And then we literally worked until 6 o'clock in the morning, taking everything out the car, breaking everything down. Put to sleep for like 4 or 5 hours. Woke right back up. Took the wheel to the machine shop, to the head to the machine shop. Did all that shit, sitting up with the heads, putting the shit on, and putting it together, and racing that Saturday. And that was the same weekend I put my axles up and I beat Fly. So that was huge for me. And then, right after that, I had an issue with, I forgot, it was Fly's show. I blew the engine up the Thursday before. Same situation. We rushed in the night before. Oscar left his house, came. We spent the whole day at the machine shop fixing the head, putting it back on, ordering the piston, getting the piston, putting the engine back together. I did one pass at the Mighty Mouse that I raced, and I blew the engine up again. One pass. This time,
so you was like, I'm done.
This time, the first time it broke, I lifted the heads. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't that bad. We just had to replace the head gaskets. You know, that wasn't major. But I went down, did one test pass good, went down to race Mighty Mouse, shit went crazy, and I pressed the nitrogen button, the shit blew up. Pop! Look up, I had oil all over the fucking screen. On my windshield. Pulled to the back, I looked on the side, saw a hole in the side of the block, I was like, you know what, fuck this shit. I literally put that car on the trailer, I dropped it off to Pro Tuning, and I left that shit there for like 7 months, 8 months. I didn't do it. I just left it in the back. I said, I'm not doing this shit. I'm over it. I threw that shit in the back of the warehouse. It was sitting there for about 7 months. I came and looked at the car one day. I wouldn't even go see it. I ain't even go look at it. I just went home, and then I went up. I went up to the car one day. I saw it still had the oil on the top. The oil was still on the top of the top. The oil was still on the windshield. Mind you, it's been sitting up for 7 months. I got oil. I got dust. All that shit just sitting on the car. The car looked like it was thrown away. I was just like, I can't do my car like this. Fuck it, let's bring it back. And I took it out, took the engine out, and then we just said we're gonna run it again. That's when I changed everything. We went big block and went everything. So it's an uphill battle all the time with this shit. It's never easy, and it's never going the way you think it's gonna go.
Right. So tell us what time the gates open.
Tribulations with me, huh?
Okay. So tell us what time the gates open.
Okay.
What time? All these things.
Gates opening up at 11 a.m. Track going hot. 2 to 3. $30 admission to get inside. VIP pit passes is available. I got 20 or less than 20 left available. For dollars you get parking, admission, and the VIP pit pass. You're gonna save $70 from the gate price. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I feel like I gotta do something like that. Stay the early bird some money. We're gonna have the shootouts gonna start around 6ish. No cars, no regular cars on tires and stuff that's gonna be allowed in the staging lane. We're gonna make sure it's clear. We're gonna have the shootout going. We're gonna have a bunch of grudge races with the don'ts. I'm trying to get together a 24 or better hard tire shootout. And if you got 24s on the car, whatever you got is gonna be a shootout for you. And it's gonna be a $300 buy-in. And whatever they buy in at, whatever the pot is at the buy-in, I'm gonna double it. So, so if it's $3,000 in the buy-in, I'm gonna put $6,000 up. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be a $9,000 purse. Yeah. So whatever it is on that, you know, I'm gonna double it. You know what I'm saying? Any car shootout, yeah, 24 hard tires are better. It's gonna be don'ts and G bodies in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm having the G body shootout with the slicks. That's a $10,000 shootout. So I'm giving out a free set of Corleone Forge rims. If you come in and you pay for the premium parking, they're going to give you a raffle ticket. At the end of the night, everybody that paid for a premium parking is going in a box. We're going to shake it up, and somebody's going to win a brand new set of rims.
Does that also count for the VIP things?
Yes.
Or no?
For that too.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So if you bought that or the other thing, you get a raffle ticket, and when you get there, you automatically enter in the chance of winning a free set of rims. 24s, brush face, chrome lip, standard fit for a G body.
Somebody asked how much for kids.
Kids, I believe it's 10 and under or 12 and under is free. So there's no charge for the kiddos. That's how we keep the culture going.
Right. So I cannot wait. I'm gonna tell you this. This is one of the happiest and the saddest times of my life. My daughter's due date is June 20th.
It's gonna happen before.
So if she don't have the baby next week, they're gonna induce her. So I'm praying that he hold on. Yeah. It's gonna happen before then, though. Right.
Before then, whenever that due date comes, that's like the very, very, very end. I had 2 kids. My brother. I mean, everybody that I've known that had a due date. It ain't never come out on the due date. It's always before the due date. So you just hope you don't have no fingers crossed. I think that little baby gonna be here by Tuesday or Wednesday next week.
He need to come on.
Yeah. He gonna.
I told her, listen. His name Noah. I said, if Noah make me miss this street beast?
Yeah. No, he gonna be there. He gonna be there Tuesday and Wednesday. He gonna be there.
They asked how much for regular parking, and does the $100 include VIP parking also?
Yes, the $100 include that. If you buy it ahead of time, you get the admission, parking, and the VIP pass. It's gonna save you $100 because the track sells the VIP pit passes for $100 at the track because they want to make it. They don't want it to be as crowded. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want to get down there, then you can get down there. But if you really don't have to be down there, then you ain't gotta buy it. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be available at the track. But I think the parking is $30 or something like that. I think it's $30 for the parking. I think it's 30 or 40 or something like that. But it's also gonna be free parking too. So you ain't gotta worry about that either. So they're gonna have free parking in the back. You know, when to get up by the good area, it's gonna cost you because you know that's the area that the vendors are at. That's the area that you know have the most congestion. So you know we make that a little bit exclusive. Yes, I'm still raffling the rims for sure. Yeah, they are still gonna be for raffle.
They asked what about handicap parking?
I have no idea.
The track handles that, right?
The track handles that stuff. So yeah, don't quote me on that. I'm sorry.
Well, Kat, listen, it's been fun. It's always fun speaking with you.
I was a little late today. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. I know you got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you planning on making your way up here a little bit early. Maybe we can sit down and chop it up. We never did get to celebrate our birthdays, Team Tars.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there Thursday.
Okay, we can get together and chop it up.
Yeah, for sure. I'll probably be around the area that Friday, the area we be in. I'll probably be around about that Friday afternoon and stuff like that. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sitting down with us. We really appreciate it. And as always, good luck. I know the race will do well, but good luck on you winning your race.
Yes, I have to win.
Or your race is.
My race is. If I can win 2 out of 2, I think this is about to be the best show ever. But I gotta at least get one for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
one out of 2 ain't bad.
I gotta beat Dome Master for sure.
1 out of 2 ain't bad.
1 out of 2 ain't bad. I'll take
that. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it, and I'll talk with you later. Have a great day.
Hey, I appreciate everybody I appreciate everybody being here to listen. You know what I'm saying? You know, I try to be as real as I can when I go on these shows to give you the side that I don't normally give you. I appreciate everybody for the support. I appreciate everybody sitting down listening and just being here. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to ask one more question. The new shirts. The new Blue Magic shirts. Will you have those at the show?
I will have them at the show for sure. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna have all the sizes too. So we're gonna have
all the colors,
all the sizes.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna have them all this time.
All right. Well, thank you, Kat. We appreciate you. Have a great day.
I'm gonna have fun. Hey, if y'all see me at the show, man, tap me on my shoulder, say what's up, man. I'm always a people's person, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you see me, speak to me, man. I appreciate all the support.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, KP. Have a great day.
You too.
All right.